This is the Algorand 1-year overview reading for the year of 2025. It's currently August 11th, 2024, 9:36 p.m. Eastern Time. ALGO at the time of this reading is 0.11598, or just over 11 cents USD. The shuffle file that we're playing for you was created on May 24th, 2024, 2:05 a.m. Eastern Time. That's likely the video playing for you in the lower left corner. So in this video, we're going to cover the overall trend and chart behavior for the year, as well as getting into each quarter's general chart behavior. We're going to talk about prominent highs and at the timing of prominent highs and prominent lows, and we're going to give you one of the best trades that we see for the year. And then in the paid version, we get into the timing of the highest high and the lowest low for the year, as well as week by week chart behavior and information about each month's high and each month's low. A lot more information, a lot more trades in the paid version, as well as we look at the cross-reading congruencies between this reading and the multi-year reading. The overall theme and trend behavior for ALGO in the year of 2025, we have a period of volatility and a sharp drop that will stand out in that period of volatility. It's crossed with equal amounts of bulls and bears inflow and outflow, sideways fluidity. Usually that's along key support. So in this case, it will be key support on a multi-year scale. And what we would see are like probably price swings. Sometimes it's a narrow range, but more often than not, it's price swings, and you just kind of end up sideways after all of this back and forth movement. So that can be good for trading. There's also a prominent peak on a multi-year scale that'll stand out here. It's probably in the beginning of the year based on what I'm seeing with the ruin. Behavior around the highest high for the year. There's a notable move into the high within that period of volatility, a notable move to the upside, and it creates a significant trade opportunity. It's also with the highs for the year, the highest highs for the year are within close time proximity to the lowest lows for the year. The behavior around the lowest lows for the year, we have multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance. And again, we're within close time proximity. So usually that's within the next 45 days or so, like as far as like when you're looking at 1-year reading and close time proximity. Now, before we get into the overall trend behavior for each quarter and one of the best trades that we see for the year, I just want to make sure you're aware.
The whole purpose of the channel is to transmute some of the competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill. And we do that by following the rule of karma for the channel. It's a threefold agreement between the universe and anybody utilizing this information for personal gain. Nothing wrong with gaining from this information as long as you are simultaneously helping other people. So the way that you do that is you go to our website, Tarot for Traders.
To the resources tab, 5% of all profits should be donated forward to a charity, and 5% of the profit should be donated back to the channel through one of these links. If you're international, you can use this app Wise, which is reliable, or you can use crypto. When you click on the crypto tab, you get all these QR codes, so you can donate in a bunch of different cryptos.
It leaves you at 90%. That's way more than a stockbroker would ever leave you with. With that said, guys, make sure to follow through on that rule of karma. As long as you do that, the universe considers you an angel investor of the channel. It's going to send it back to you tenfold for following through. Blessings to all my angel investors. Let's get back into it.
All right, so Q4, we have prominent peak at the beginning of the month, and it looks like that turns into a prominent trough mid to late month. So overall bearish for the month, for the first quarter. The second quarter looks a bit more bullish, and that kind of goes in line with a lot of the other altcoin readings for 2025 that I've done. We've done quite a few of them. Overall, pretty mixed for the third quarter as well. It's a little bit difficult to determine where the peaks are in the third quarter. There's probably one somewhere between July and August, and another one in September. But it's a little difficult. It's a very difficult reading as far as identifying tops. And then it looks like it gets pretty wild in the fourth quarter with the peak into a trough, probably a sharp drop here in November. And then there might be a swing back to peaks again. Hard to say. It's very, very wild kind of behavior going on here. As far as what I see for one of the best trades throughout the year of 2025, there's a bunch of trades, guys, but let's give you guys one of them. I generally go for the first quarter to help you guys out there, give you a taste test. So at the very beginning of the year, you could get into a short position and close that short position either in the end of January, or if you miss that opportunity, I wouldn't wait for it, but if you miss that opportunity, there's probably opportunity again in February. What you're looking for is a decline to and through support to meet another support, and then we rotate sideways along that support. That's on the scale of a 1-year chart. I think it's probably, the exit is probably in February, actually, towards the end of February. But if you get a good opportunity in early January, or if you get a good opportunity in late January, I wouldn't wait for February. But if it's not there in January, then I would wait for February. And in February, what you're looking for, we'll see some of that sideways fluidity, equal amounts of bulls and bear inflow and outflow. There's probably two opportunities there between January and February. That would make sense, the sideways fluidity. So look for those opportunities to exit out. The first one probably comes after a prominent move higher on a multi-day scale fall by a full retracement back down, and then probably further into that opportunity. And it also looks like there's probably the same low as 2025 or a lower low in 2026, one of the two. Before we go any further, let's take a look and see how we're doing for 2024 thus far. All right, so we separated the months by these dotted lines, and what we have here was a decline into a lowest low thus far for the year. They're on the cusp of January, February. We have a lowest low for the year. They're on the cusp of January, February. Then we go in March into a highest high thus far. You can see in March we have a highest high thus far. That's followed by a higher highest high in April. Pretty close, aside from that spike, pretty close down here, and then we came close to it again. Not quite. I saw us hitting it one more time. We didn't quite hit it one more time, but we did come close there in May. And this reading was done so long ago that I actually see errors that I made because I hadn't learned any better yet. But this should be a significant lowest low in here. And what I'm reading from it is that we have like pretty similar lows or lower here. We have a lowest low at the end of the year, and I think that'll probably be the lowest of all of the lows for 2024. I might not have read this wrong. I might have interpreted this as a lowest low, but I think I was probably looking for more for highest high based on this ruin was throwing me off for a few months, I remember. And then the price level, unless we have some huge move here, price level definitely off. But this was when I was using an old system of yes or no. The new system that I use for yes or no, much more reliable. This reading was done October 25th, 2023. So like almost 2 years ago. I've probably done 1,000, at least probably 1,000 videos, or maybe more, probably 2,000, something like that. I did a lot of videos since then. Each of those videos has a reading in it. Overall, not too shabby though. We did nail that highest high. We were a little bit off here in August, but I think the lowest of them is going to be in either October or December. And we also had a trade at the April high. You notice we don't have well, there's a trade there. That was the full card opportunity. Then we have this spike here to April high, which is where there's a trade. The trades were pretty solid as well. That's Algo for 2025, my friends. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. As always, make sure to follow that rule of karma. If you're interested in getting into the week-by-week chart behavior, as well as the timing of the highest highs, the lowest lows, and the rest of the trades, all that information and more in the paid version, you get it here. The way that you do that, it's already been ordered, so you go to our services, Meta Post, scroll down to 1 year report, click here to order, and you click on choose one. They're discounted because they've already been done. Roughly like a 48-hour turnaround. You basically just pick whichever one you want. There's some 2025s in there as well, and there'll be some 2026s in there pretty soon. As we release them, as people order customs or we put out 1 years, we add them to the list. You can order any of them here at a discounted price. Or if you're interested in a ticker that we're not covering or crypto that we're not covering, click on 1 year report, click here to order, click on custom report, specify the year, specify the ticker crypto, add to cart. Great way to support the channel. Well undervalued or underpriced, I should say. And the final way that you could go about getting the 1 year report, if you're one of our total access members, it's our top tier subscription. You go to Meta Post, scroll down to total access, click here to order. This gets you access to the paid version of basically everything that we have, all of the 1 years that we have. And as they come, new ones come out, you get the access to all of those. And you also get access to the monthly paid versions of the monthlies that regularly come out every month, as well as any one-offs that people order that we throw out there. All of that you get with the total access subscription. Best way to support the channel. Much appreciation. Everybody does that. Love you guys. Let's get back into it. Blessings to all my angel investors.